This game took 8 years to make and involved over 2,000 people. But you probably haven't heard the 20 interesting facts I'm about to tell you. So to be honest, I'm also one of those who couldn't stand the slow gameplay structure at the beginning of this game and quit. But if I ignore this heaviness and force myself to play the game, I'm sure a great gaming adventure will be waiting for me. In fact, I think that after finishing this game, I probably won't be able to play any other open world game, because I know that no other game will be able to give me the sky-high quality that this game offers. So, in short, I'm still forcing myself to play this game. I think this video is the biggest proof of that, because there are such strange and interesting details about this game that you're about to hear. You might even say, man, how did they do this? If you subscribe to the channel before we start the video, I'd really appreciate it, because I want to see the fans of this game here, man. Hype me up in the comments so I can start the game as soon as possible. Anyway, I'll stop rambling and get to these weird facts. First of all, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the development process of Red Dead Redemption 2 took exactly 8 years. 8 years. So, the game started development in 2010 and this continued until 2018. What's even more interesting is that during these 8 years, almost all of Rockstar's game studios, which were New York, Toronto, San Diego, Lincoln, and London studios, were involved. All these studios came together and were only able to complete this game in about 8 years. This alone was already a huge workload. Plus, there were over 2,000 employees. So artists, programmers, writers, and actors from all around the world were also involved in this project. Speaking of 2,000, the game's story script is a little over 2,000 pages. Now, 2,000 pages might sound easy, but let me put it this way. It had a script length that was 10 times longer than many movie scripts. Considering that most movies have only a tenth of the script this game has, I have to say it has a very long script. Oh, by the way, speaking of a 2,000-page script, I should also mention that there are probably more than 500,000 lines of dialogue. 500,000 lines of dialogue. Who wrote all these and how? I mean, having more than 500,000 lines of dialogue in a game makes it incredibly realistic. Even the NPCs can interact with each other in hundreds of different ways. That's insane, man. This has always been true in Rockstar games. Even older Grand Theft Auto games featured varied non-player character dialogue. It seems they went overboard with this in Red Dead Redemption 2. Are we complaining? Not at all. During the development of this game, more than 1,200 actors had their motion capture recorded, so NPCs, main characters, and so on. Getting 1,200 people into the studio and recording their motion capture is a huge task on its own. Also, Roger Clark, the guy who plays Arthur Morgan in the game, it's not this guy, it's this one right here. This man had to go to the studio for 5 whole years to play the role of Arthur Morgan. I mean, even the movies we know are shot in a much shorter time. What can I say? Thanks for your hard work, King Arthur. All the NPCs you see in the game were portrayed by real actors. So even an ordinary villager character came to life through the performances of real actors. Even the horses in the game were modeled after real horses. So the movements of the horses were made entirely by recording real horses. The horse's performance in the cold was specially recorded, and that famous ball freezing incident was real too. I would say this much wasn't necessary, but Rockstar is a studio obsessed with details, and I think it turned out well. It turned out well. The world and environment design also show this attention to detail. I mean, to the extent that every animal and non-player character you see in the environment has hourly non-player character routines, so they're designed to behave completely differently for 48 hours. Of course, the structure of nature isn't made up of fabricated visuals either. Tree barks, rocks, and soil surfaces. Everything in nature was really scanned in its original form and recreated accurately. Even the snow, mud physics, and footprints in the game can disappear after a while, just like in real life. Okay, maybe this is a small detail, but it's definitely a great touch for the sense of realism in the game. There are similar small yet important details in the weather conditions. For example, you can see the character's breath in cold weather, but this doesn't happen in warm weather, just like in real life. Also, another detail lies in the damage dealt by the weapons in the game. So, it's at the same level as in real life, and for these weapons, they worked with a special ballistics team. For example, bullet holes can leave very different marks when you shoot at any surface or person. The damage a bullet causes can vary greatly. I guess you can't see this anywhere else but in this game. The sounds in the game are just as detailed. Over 1,000 hours of sound were recorded in nature to achieve this detail. Recording more than 1,000 hours of sound is really the crazy part of the job, man. In fact, these sounds can completely change depending on the direction you're looking and standing. For example, when a non-player character talks to you up close, they use a lower voice. But when you get on a horse or walk away, they start shouting to talk. Even that is an amazing detail. I mean, in how many games can you see something like this? Let me talk a bit about the Easter eggs now. It's a Rockstar game, but there wouldn't be any Easter eggs. Does that even make sense, man? Sometimes you can see an unidentified flying object in the game. I mean, this unidentified flying object fetish of Rockstar just blows my mind. Almost every one of their games has an unidentified flying object in it. And you can see an unidentified flying object in this game too. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm planning to. Also, it's said that there are mysterious screams in a region called Van Hork. I haven't been there either, so I don't know. I'll check when I go. Also, this isn't an Easter egg, just a strange event. NPCs can recognize you even months later, so there's nothing specific in that area. If you've done something, even when you return later, they can remember whatever it was you did, and their reactions can change accordingly. So, I can say that this game actually manages to offer a unique experience for every player. Ultimately, I believe each person's Red Dead Redemption 2 gaming experience is unique. It's definitely not a typical linear story game. I think I'll start this game, but right now I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So, if I start and finish Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm probably afraid that I'll never like open world games again. Do you guys who finish this game really feel this way? I mean, do you have trouble playing other games or something? And I'd really appreciate it if you could hype me up in the comments, because I really want to get past that slow gameplay at the beginning. Before you close the video, I want to say I really enjoy researching this information. If there's a game you'd like to learn these kinds of eccentric facts about, be sure to let me know in the comments. We'll continue. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.